Brenton, can you hear me? Brenton? Yeah, there you are. Oh, huh, gotcha. All right. Oops, just a sec. Kenny, are you introducing all the players and then the national anthem? Yeah. Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Legion Field in Roseburg, Oregon. This is Roseburg Baseball on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score. We welcome you into this broadcast of an OSAA U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires 6A state playoff matchup. It's the Indians and the Sherwood Bowmen squaring off today here from Legion Field. It's the first round of the state playoffs, and both these teams look to hopefully make this the beginning of a long run in the postseason. Beautiful day for baseball here in Roseburg as the Indians, ranked number 11 by the OSAA, come in 17-7 on the year. They've won their last two games, finished 12-6 in the Southwest Conference. Good enough for a second-place finish. Today, the Sherwood Bowmen come in, ranked number 21 in the state, according to the OSAA. 18-9 overall this year, finished 10-7 out of the Three Rivers League. That was good for a fourth-place finish behind three teams that all tied for the league championship. It's playoff action for you today here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score, and we welcome you in to today's broadcast. The Dr. Kobernick Family Dental pregame show underway. They go out of their way to make your experience warm, comfortable, and friendly. Call Dr. Kobernick today at 673-6525 or stop by at 1600 Northwest Sherwood in Roseburg. As we get ready for today's game, we will look at some of the numbers and the matchup here, but coming up next here on the Dr. Kobernick Family Dental pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson from the Roseburg Indians. It's our Fisher's Hearth and Home pregame coaches interview. We've got that coming up for you next, so stay with us, folks. We appreciate whether you're tuning in on the radio or watching today's contest streaming live online at 541radio.com. We've got the video stream up and running there for you to be able to enjoy today's broadcast. It is free of charge, so enjoy the game with us there at 541radio.com. Back after this 2-minute break with more of the Dr. Kobernick Family Dental pregame show on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on three factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks the outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer, and you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
OSAA US Les Schwab Tire Center first round playoff game between the visiting Sherwood.
Back here with more of our pregame on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. It's time now here in the pregame show to get our chance to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson of the Roseburg Indians. It's our pregame coaches interview brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. That's Fisher's Hearth and Home. Well, it's the first round of the OSAA US Bank Les Schwab Tires 6A state playoffs, and Coach, always nice to say when you're in the postseason, and it's been a long run for you guys to be able to reach these points, but I'm sure getting a first round playoff game under your belt never gets old for you guys.
No, we're excited about the opportunity. We're excited that we played well enough to earn ourselves a home game here today as well. Beautiful day, and it's nice to have some beautiful days here the last couple weeks to get some practice time in and to get this one in today. It looks like it's going to be a nice day for a ball game.
For you guys, you mentioned being here at home and finished second in the conference, finish up in the top 16 to get a first-round home playoff game. For the last couple of years, it's been on the road for you guys. How much difference does it make for you guys to be at home versus on the road?
Well, I guess we're going to find out. we always enjoy playing at home and feel good when we're here. So, yeah, it's been a few years, but it certainly feels good this year to have the opportunity to play here at home today, and hopefully we can take advantage of that as we come out here today.
As you guys finish things out, had the big win against Westview in the last contest, kind of a confidence booster for you guys. What do you try to take away from that one, knowing that both teams kind of using that as a tune-up for the postseason, but still nonetheless it was the number one team on the other side, and you guys came away with a victory here at home?
It was a great ball game for us. You know, like you said, we wanted to see some things and get a ball game under our belts, and we certainly did that. To come out with a win was certainly a bonus in that game. But if we take anything away from that, is, you know, don't believe everything you read. I guess sometimes you see so much and read so much and hear so much about the teams from up north, and when you finally get a chance to get on the field with them, it turns into a baseball game. And that's what we wanted our kids to see, that, you know, it doesn't matter what the number is next to your name, whether you're 1 or 2 or 12 or 11 or where you finish in your league. It really doesn't matter, especially this time of year. You've got to get on the field and you've got to perform there. And that's the bottom line. Once the game starts, that's when all that stuff kind of goes away, and you've got to be ready to play. And you can take the rankings and all those things and throw them away at that point. It's just whoever's better that day.
For you guys today, it's Sherwood here at Legion Field for a first-round playoff matchup. And you mentioned things like the ranking and then placement in conference. Their record looks similar. A lot of the numbers look similar to your guys. What kind of ball game do you expect out there today?
Oh, nothing short of a typical, playoff-type game. I think it'll be a tight, close ball game against a very good club in Sherwood that was in the running for their league championship there up until their last 2 or 3 games in league, and where they were beaten by a couple very good clubs up there in Lake Oswego and West Lynn. So it's a very good club coming down here today, and the rankings and the number next to their name don't mean much right now. They're a good team that, like you said, has a lot of similar numbers to us, and should be a very good ball game here today.
As for you guys getting here into the postseason, I know you've had plenty of time, plenty of days off, so things probably going well for you. Rotation, guys healthy, all those kind of things in the place where you'd like them to be here as you start the first round?
Well, that's the thing. We've been, fortunate and unfortunate at the same time with some injuries throughout the year, before the year, for several of our guys. But as of right this second, we're as healthy as we've been, and our pitchers are on their proper rest, and we feel good about that. So, we're just anxious to get a chance to come out and play today, and certainly play at home is another big deal for us. So we're excited for the opportunity.
All right, we look forward to it as well as we get ready. First round action between the Roseburg Indians and the visiting Sherwood Bowmen. That is head coach Troy Thompson here in the pregame show. That is our Fisher's Hearth and Home pregame coaches interview, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Back with more of the Dr. Kobernick Family Dental pregame show after this here on 1490 The Score.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
And we are back here at Legion Field as we get ready to go for our first pitch of today's contest. Just had a beautiful rendition of the national anthem from Mary Klein, a senior at Roseburg High School. We wrap up the Dr. Kobernick Family Dental pregame show as we get ready to take a look at today's starting lineups, brought to you by Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. Let's take a look at the starting lineup first for the visiting the Sherwood Bowmen. Get that out there. Leading things off will be Bryce Vaughn playing in center field as Nate Hickok, the head coach, puts together the starting lineup here. Anthony Garrett is the shortstop. He'll bat second. Jacob Matzat, the third baseman, will hit third, followed by Hayden Gilbert, the catcher, batting in the cleanup position. Nick Garrison, the first baseman, will hit fifth, followed by the pitcher, Riley Agson. Takumi Kamerzel will bat in the seventh spot and play in left field. In right field, hitting eighth is Sage Dunaway, and rounding out the starting nine is the second baseman, Noah Beeks. And he will play again at second base to round out the starting lineup there for the Sherwood Bowmen, coming in 18-9 overall. Last year they made it to the first round of the state playoffs, but lost in the first round against Gresham. Taking a look at the starting lineup for the Roseburg Indians, put together by head coach Troy Thompson in his 16th year leading the Roseburg Indians. Garrett Russell will play in center field, followed by Caden Johnson at second base, hitting second. Jonathan Stone's at first, batting third, followed by the DH, Brody Black, who will hit in the cleanup spot, batting for the third baseman, Jay Stoffel. The pitcher today is Zach Mandera for the Indians. He'll hit fifth, followed by the shortstop, Cody Johnson. Doran Gillespie in left field bats seventh, followed by Terrell Jacks, the catcher, hitting eighth. And the nine-hitter is the right fielder, Jet Black. Your Supercut starting lineups in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. On the mound for the Roseburg Indians in this first round playoff matchup will be Zach Mandera. The junior recently voted to the first team All-Southwest Conference for a third time in his career. He stands in with a 6-2 record this season, a 2.68 ERA. He's got 55 strikeouts to just 16 walks, and he'll start out against left-handed hitting Bryce Vaughn. And the first pitch is inside, and we are underway in today's ball game. Happy to have you with us here for this contest, an OSAA U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires 6A state playoff. Vaughn will put one in the air out towards center field. The feet first slide and grab is made by center fielder Garrett Russell. One away for the Indians. We'll look around the diamond defensively for you here in just a moment. That's brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union. Russell makes the first out. Anthony Garrett will stand in. One down, nobody on base here. Top of the first inning in this state playoff matchup. Out of the windup, the throw in. Fastball up the middle, gets by Mandera, but behind him, Cody Johnson easily fields and throws to first for out number 2. Quick swing in there for Anthony Garrett. 2 down. Nobody on base, and the 3-hitter Jacob Matzat will stand in.
Next batter, number 2, Jacob Matzat.
Matzat, the third baseman, hitting with nobody on base and 2 away. Back behind the plate is Terrell Jacks as we look around the diamond. Again, brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union. Jacks will reach up high as a pitch high and inside for a 1-0 count here against Matzat. At first base, you've got Jonathan Stone. Second base, Caden Johnson. Third base, Jay Stoffel. And at short, you've got Cody Johnson. In the outfield from left to right, you've got Doran Gillespie, Garrett Russell, and Jet Black. The 1-0 pitch is low and outside for a 2-0 count. Zach Mandera on the mound, looking for his second win in playoff history. One against South Salem in the first round last year. He fires a fastball that's fouled back for strike 1 against Matzat. Roseburg looking to advance into the second round for a second straight year. They did last year with a win over South Salem and then lost to Beaverton. Sherwood on the other side, lost in the first round last year, looking to advance this year. Pitch high and away. Goes to a 3-1 count here against the 3-hitter. Jacob Matzat, a second-team All-League selection last year as a fielder. He was an honorable mention selection as a pitcher last year for Sherwood. He'll take a 3-1 right down the middle for strike 2. Stands back in. Wind blowing around a little bit out in the center field. Looks like it's blowing in just a bit here at Legion today. Is the ball out towards center, charging in. Russell, no problem to get to it. Looked like he was going to have to charge, but that one carried a bit. And he's got the easy out, number 3. 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first for Zach Mandera. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. The Roseburg Indians and the Sherwood Bowmen in a scoreless ball game after a half. We'll head to the bottom of the first on CBS Sports Radio, 1490, The Score.
Shortstop Anthony Garrett.
Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Bottom of the first inning coming up. The Roseburg Indians and Sherwood Bowmen in a 0-0 tie ball game. Leading things off will be Garrett Russell, Caden Johnson, and Jonathan Stone for the Indians. They'll face off against right-hander Riley Agson. We'll toe the rubber for the Bowmen. Let's look around the diamond defensively for Sherwood. It's brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Behind the plate, Hayden Gilbert. Nick Garrison out at first, Noah Beeks at second. At third base, Jacob Matzat. Anthony Garrett at short. In the outfield from left to right, Takumi Camerzell, Bryce Vaughn, and Sage Dunaway. First pitch to Russell is in for a breaking ball called strike, and we're underway here in the bottom of the first inning. This is playoff baseball for you here on the score as a fastball is a little elevated, goes to a 1-1 count against Russell, who leads things off for the Indians. Comes into today batting .321 on the season. Agson's breaking ball just misses to make it a 2-1 count. That one didn't miss by much. The 2-1 pitch, fastball, challenged Russell, and he fouls it away. Looks like so far Agson, who is pretty good arm for this Sherwood club, likes to mix up a good fastball and a nice breaking ball. And he'll get a swing and a miss out of Russell for strikeout number 1 on the day for Riley Agson.
Next batter, the second baseman.
One down, and Caden Johnson will hit next. For Garrett Russell there, that's only strikeout number 4 on the season. Has not been a strikeout guy. Caden Johnson stands in. First pitch, breaking ball. And it looks like we'll see a heavy dose of that, called for strike 1. Caden comes in today batting .264 in the 2 spot. The 0-1 pitch, fastball high and away, hits the upper corner for called strike 2. Agson working quickly on the mound. Goes into his windup, the 0-2, pitches high for a 1-2 count. He's got some pop on the fastball. Agson comes in. 6-1 on the year. 44 and a 2/3 innings pitched as he gets another swing and a miss on a breaking ball for strikeout number 2. 2 down. Jonathan Stone will hit next, the first baseman for the Indians, with 2 outs and nobody on. So far, Agson has struck out the side, looking to finish it off here against Stone. The first pitch, breaking ball high and inside for ball 1. He's got a .78 ERA, 59 strikeouts this year. Add a couple more to his total. That is the numbers I got from OregonLive.com as a fastball called strike against Stone. He has come out and looks sharp here to start. The 1-1 outside misses. And Stone, first hitter really to get ahead of Riley Agson so far. Agson making his 11th appearance as a strike in there. Called against Stone will even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. His 11th appearance this season. He has been by far the most used pitcher for Sherwood. Pitch just misses off the corner. Everybody thought it was strike 3 on the infield. They all have to reset. A 3-2 count coming once again for Agson. His full count pitch. Swung on, fouled away by Stone. And it'll stay 3-2. 2 outs, nobody on base. Scoreless ball game here in the bottom of the first. Agson out of the windup, kicks and delivers. Stone gets this one in the air. Could be playable down the first base side in foul territory. Up against the screen, running out of room. Nick Garrison will just watch that one go into the stands down the first base side. Stays a 3-2 count here against Stone. Jonathan Stone comes in today. He has been in a bit of a slump, but he's batting .418 this season for the Indians. Looking to get something started against Riley Agson, who has looked sharp here in the first inning. Full count once again. The 3-2. Fastball is low for ball 4. A 2-out walk issued to Jonathan Stone gives the Indians their first base runner, and in fact it's the first base runner of the ball game for either side. 1 on, 2 down. Brody Black will hit next for Roseburg. Brody will dig in. The DH, he's been in that spot all season long, batting .261 this year. First pitch to him, fastball down the middle for strike 1. Indians have more recently have been aggressive at the base path, or excuse me, at the plate. Seeming to be taking a more cautious approach here. As a pitch just a bit low for a 1-1 count. Been watching a lot of first strikes go by. Seems if you could sit on that fastball, might be able to time that up eventually. The breaking ball has a great change of pace so far, it looks like, for Agson, but he's been throwing quite a few fastballs as well. A 1-1 delivery coming up for Brody. Breaking ball. Called strike 2. Agson looking for another punch out. He's got 2 already here in the first, trying to wrap it up. Kicks and delivers in. Brody fouls one away. Stays alive. First inning action here. Roseburg and Sherwood. First round of the OSAA US Bank Les Schwab Tires 6A state playoffs. Runner going on the 1-2. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Brody goes chasing, and he goes down. 3 strikeouts in the first for Riley Agson. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 0-0 ball game as we head to the top of the second inning. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Start the top of the second inning. 0-0 ball game. Neither team with a hit so far as the pitchers have been winning the battles. So we start the top of the second inning. Hayden Gilbert, Nick Garrison, and Riley Agson due to lead things off for the Sherwood Bowmen. Zach Mandera on the mound. Minchin got his 3rd straight first-team All-Southwest Conference selection announced on Sunday. He'll go to his windup. First pitch here against Gilbert is a breaking ball in for strike 1. We'll be keeping an eye on some other scores around the Southwest Conference today in the playoffs as baseball and softball 6A playoffs getting underway. Pitch misses outside, evens it up 1-1 here against Gilbert. Roseburg softball in action just out beyond the left field fence as a called strike will make it a 1-2 count. And Roseburg softball, and they're in the top of the 4th inning right now. The Indians are leading 6-2 over Roosevelt. Ground ball first base side. It's picked up by Jonathan Stone. He'll take it himself to the bag for the out. 1 away. Well, so far after an inning for both pitchers, Mandera has been getting help from the defense, making the plays to get the outs. While on the other side, Riley Agson, 3 strikeouts in the first inning to get through his half inning. We'll see which pitcher's able to keep things going longer. Nick Garrison at the plate, the first baseman. First pitch, fastball inside corner for strike 1. Mandera has been throwing plenty of strikes so far today. Out of his windup, he'll kick and fire. Misses outside for a 1-1 count. Mandera 6-2 on the year. Deep breath as he kicks and fires the 1-1. Line drive shot. There's your first base hit of the game. Garrison will get it into right field. High fastball, was able to catch up to it and shoots it to the opposite field for a 1-out single.
Next batter, the pitcher, number 20, Riley Agson.
Riley Agson, the pitcher, will stand in next as Sherwood has their first base runner on. And the first pitch to Agson beans him on the front shoulder. And just like that, runners at first and second for Sherwood. And that'll get a visit out to the mound for the catcher, Terrell Jacks. I'm not sure if I have the stat here. Let's see. Yeah. Mandera has beaned now. That's his 8th batter beaned this season. That's tops on the team for the Indians. He has pitched the most innings for Roseburg. 54 2/3 coming into today's ball game, but that number's still a little bit high for him as he gets the first pitch, swing and a miss. Actually looks like foul tipped into the glove for strike one against Takumi Camerzel. Camerzel will stand back in. Runners at first and second, one away. Indians looking for a double play option. Ground ball. It's a line drive shot right to the second baseman, Caden Johnson, and that's not the way you draw it up, but it'll work. He doubles off Riley Agson at first. The line drive shot, nobody froze. They all were taken off, and it was an easy play for Caden Johnson to first base to make the double play. Indians get out of the second inning, give up one hit, but no runs. There were no errors, and one man left on base. Still a scoreless ball game as we head to the bottom of the second inning. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 1490, The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Pitcher number 13, back, Mandera.
We start out at the bottom of the second inning. Zach Mandera will stand in to lead things off against Riley Agson. First pitch is high for ball one. Zach Mandera will swing and fouls away for strike one. Mandera comes in this season hitting .257. The 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball, called for strike two against him. Mandera comes in with a 3-game hitting streak. The 1-2 pitch, out off the edge, evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and there is strikeout number 4 for Riley Agson, and I would be lying if I didn't tell you that this was a very impressive performance here to start things out for Riley Agson. He has retired every batter via strikeout so far. First pitch now for Cody Johnson. Breaking ball outside for ball one. Cody comes in today batting .338 on the year. Wind and fire from Agson. A ball in the air out towards right field, drifting foul. Long run out there for Sage Dunaway. He won't be able to get to it. And it's a 1-1 count now against Cody. So keeping an eye on the Roseburg softball game, but we've got other scores from around the Southwest Conference, baseball and softball, that we will send your direction. The 1-1 pitch. Cody puts this one in the air. Could be trouble. Diving for it. The second baseman can't get to it in shallow right field. Off the handle. And he'll get a round of applause from his pitcher, Riley Agson, applauding the effort by Noah Beeks. Diving for it. It hit off the heel of his glove. Tough one to track for the second baseman. And it's a bloop single for Cody Johnson.
Next batter, number 11, Doran Gillespie.
good effort, but not a play that you can put down in the books as a should have been made. And so Cody will get on with the bloop single. Noah Meeks making the effort to get there, could not. First base hit of the game for the Indians. Doran Gillespie will stand in, and he fouls back the first one. 1 out, 1 on for the Indians. Gillespie hitting .275. Last game here for him at Legion Field, it was against number 1 ranked Westview. He hit a solo home run over the left field fence. That was part of a 3-2 victory for the Roseburg Indians last Wednesday here at home against Westview. 0-1 for Gillespie, swing and a miss for strike 2. Johnson takes his lead at first, not a big lead so far. An extra half step here as Agson gets ready, gets the signal, and will come set. The 0-2, high for Gillespie. The flag in center field has died down as the wind has settled just a bit, but it's a beautiful day for baseball. 72 degrees and sunny here in Roseburg today. 1-2 delivery. Agson throws in, and it's fouled away. Stays a 1-2 count. Gillespie battling through this at-bat. Bottom of the second, still a scoreless ball game. Both teams with a hit now in the game. 1-2 for Doran. Breaking ball low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes now against the 7-hitter for the Indians. Agson so far 4 strikeouts in the ball game. Every out has been recorded via the strikeout. 2-2 pitch for Gillespie. Breaking ball, he hits it left side. It'll get through the gap between short and third. Up to second goes Cody. Back-to-back hits for the Roseburg Indians. That one not hit all that hard. Just found the gap between the third baseman and the shortstop. Neither able to get to it. And into left field the ball rolls for a 1-out single for Doran Gillespie. Runners at first and second for the Indians as they look to try and strike first. They'll look to Terrell Jacks to try and come up with a clutch play here. 1 down and 2 on. Roseburg's catcher standing in. He has had an up and down season at the plate. As of late, it's been a little bit more down than it has been up, batting 188 as he backs off the plate on a first pitch inside for ball 1. Johnson takes his lead at second. At first base, Gillespie, no one holding him on. The 1-0 for Terrell is high for a 2-0 count. And Agson, who has started out this game so sharp, after giving up a couple of hits, maybe starting to feel a little bit of pressure here against the Indians. Both teams averaging about 6 runs per game. Scoreless so far. 2-0, swing and a miss from Terrell. Two-one pitch. Agson, got him. I didn't know if it did or not, but he lost control of that breaking ball. I thought it was going to be up near the noggin for Terrell. He ducked out of the way, and I didn't think it got him, but I got blinded a little bit by the umpire and catcher and couldn't tell. But a dead ball called is headed to first base goes Terrell Jacks. I imagine he'll get a courtesy runner as Jet Black, the 9-hitter, will head to the plate. So both pitchers have hit a batter so far. But the difference is Agson plunks a runner to load the bases. And they will leave Terrell Jacks in this playoff game to run for himself. You can usually get a courtesy runner for the catcher. Do not use it. Here with 1 out and the bases loaded. Jet Black stands in. The right fielder, 9-hitter. Line drive shot. Gets into left field just inside the chalk line. 1 run in. They're going to send Gillespie around third. He's headed for the plate. They're going to send Terrell from first. He's headed all the way to the plate, and he'll score. He dives in head first. Didn't need to. And he's in to make it a 3-0 lead for the Indians here in the bottom of the second. Jet Black ends up at second base with a 3-run double to put the Indians on the board and takes the early advantage against Sherwood. That one roped down the left field line just inside the chalk line by about a foot, and 3 runs come in. Jet Black with the huge base knock. 3 hits here in the second for the Indians, and they are rolling right now against Sherwood. 1 out. And back to the top of the lineup for the Indians. Garrett Russell back in, struck out in the first, looking to extend a 3-game hit streak for himself. Agson now in some trouble. First pitch, breaking ball, and it's high for ball 1. Russell showed a bunt, but pulled it back. That ball by Black got deep into the left field corner. That's what took so long to get it back in and what allowed Terrell Jacks to score. Squaring to bunt. Now the ball gets by. Up to third base is going to go Jet. Off the end of the glove for the catcher, Hayden Gilbert, a pass ball. And up to third will go Jet, now into scoring position at 90 feet from home. Jet hitting that deep into the corner. And the left fielder, Takumi Camersdale, had a long way to get to it. Threw it in, and it went off the glove of the relay man, and they had no chance of getting Terrell at the plate. Now a chance to drive in a run for Garrett. He'll take in the dirt, and it goes to a 3-0 count. So 3 balls, no strikes here against Russell, likely going to be taking. And he will take for strike 1, excuse me. At third base, Jet Black, after his double to clear the bases and drive in 3. Only 1 out, 3-1. Check swing, and the umpire will say that he went around. Takes it to a full count. 3-2 pitch. Garrett gets a piece of it, sends it foul. Stays full count. Sherwood now trailing 3-0. They've got the infield in with the toes on the grass here with a runner 90 feet from home. Russell, a swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. His second punch out of the day. 5th for Riley Agson. And 2 away now for the Indians. So 2 down. Caden Johnson, who struck out in the first, will try to drive in Jet Black from third. The Indians have given Zach Mandera a 3-0 edge to work with as he heads out to get some stretching done after a long half inning here. Breaking ball from Agson. Misses upstairs for ball 1 against Johnson. Jet Black came into today. He stands at third base now after his 3-run double. Batting .317. He had 13 RBI. He's got 16 now as the ball fouled away by Johnson. Evens up at 1-1. 16 vaults him all the way to third most on the team with that double there. Boy, that was a big double for him, his 3rd of the year. 1-1 pitch for Agson. Breaking ball outside, and it moves to a 2-1 count. We welcome everybody in that might be tuning in, whether here in Roseburg, around the state, or even beyond the borders of Oregon. 2-1 pitch, fouled back again by Johnson. And it moves to a 2-2 count. Hope that some of the Sherwood fans, if you couldn't make it here today, might get a chance to watch. Great crowd turning out for today's ball game, though. Stands have filled up quite a bit here today. Probably the biggest crowd I've seen all season for Roseburg, which is awesome here in the playoffs. 2-2 pitch for Johnson. Ground ball up the middle towards short. Fielded there. Throw across the diamond. Nice stretch at first base by Garrison to get the ball from Anthony Garrett. And that'll wrap things up in the second inning. But the Indians strike first. They send 7 to the plate, score 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors for Sherwood and 1 man left on base. 3-0 your score. Roseburg in front. You're listening to Indians Baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks the outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer in you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Back for the 3rd inning. At U.S. Bank, we team together to support our customers and our communities. We are pleased to champion athletic and activity-based programs that enrich the quality of life for everyone. You can count on every U.S. banker to serve you and to cheer on the spirit of teamwork. From the start of the game to the final whistle, U.S. Bank is proud to support the Oregon School Activities Association. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. First pitch swinging here to start out the 3rd inning. A pop fly to center field for Sage Dunaway. And Garrett Russell there underneath it for the first out. 1 down. 3-0 the score. The Roseburg Indians in front of the Sherwood Bowmen. Roseburg scoring 3 there in the bottom of the 2nd to take the early lead. See if Zach Mandera can hold that edge. Faces the bottom of the lineup here. 8-9-1 due up. Noah Beeks at the plate. Fouls back the first pitch he sees for strike 1. Fouls off another one for Beeks. Strike 2 against him. Gives him an 0-2 count. Out of the windup, the 0-2 from Mandera. Just off the plate. Roseburg Baseball here on 1490 The Score is brought to you by our friends at Clint Newell Auto Groups. The 1-2 delivery for Beeks. The 9-hitter strikes out looking. And strikeouts for the Roseburg Indians brought to you by Good Vibrations Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Going down looking. Beeks is out number 2, and we send it back to the top of the lineup. Bryce Vaughn, 0 for 1 on the day for the lefty. Will stand in. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Coach Steve Lander, the head coach of the wrestling program, letting me know he doesn't think that courtesy runners are allowed in playoff baseball. Could be true. I'm not sure. Ball up behind third. Diving effort from Jay Stoffel. Can't get to it in foul territory. A little pop fly that he gave everything he could for it. Could not quite get there in time. As he tries to track that down, it'll be a foul ball, strike 1. Against the leadoff man, Bryce Vaughn. So many rules. And I hate when they change them like that. Go from regular season, you can do one thing, and then into the postseason is different. Anyways. 1-1 pitch. Fouled again, third base side, but this time well down the line, and that'll get out of play into the parking lot for strike 2 here against Bryce Vaughn. Vaughn flew out to center field to start out the first. A foot first sliding grab by Garrett Russell to make the play. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball left side. Backhanded by Johnson. Throw across the diamond. Got him. Long throw, but the senior at short able to make the toss. A 1-2-3 inning for Zach Mandera. And really, you can't draw it up any better than that for the Indians. After taking a 3-0 lead, they come back and shut down Sherwood in the top of the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning as you listen to Roseburg Baseball here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
The third inning now for the end, number 15, Jonathan Stone.
Bottom of the third inning, Roseburg leading 3-0. Jonathan Stone leads things off against Riley Agson, who misses with his breaking ball low for ball 1. Roseburg baseball this afternoon brought to you by Travel Leaders and Flyaway Travel. Don't be confused. They've just moved next door down Harvard just about 30 feet to 1445 West Harvard Avenue. Their new location there. I drove by today. They're putting up the new sign on the building, so you'll be able to find them easy peasy. 2-0 count here for Jonathan Stone as he leads off for the Indians. He walked in the first inning. Takes a called strike at the knees for a 2-1 count. I'd like to get you some scores here. This game been moving along at a nice little clip here. Check the scoreboard update brought to you by Garrettson Building Supply, offering a wide range of high-quality lumber, plywood, and building-related materials. That's Garrettson Building Supply, supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. Take a look at some of the other playoff scores today. 3-1 pitch for Stone, and that's ball 4, a second time walking in the ball game for Stone. The big man will reach base to lead things off here in the third. 1 on, nobody out. Brody Black will stand in. Well, first let's check on that Roseburg score. The Roseburg softball game, 10-2 is your score. They are in the top of the 6th inning. So the Roseburg girls leading big against Roosevelt, looking to move on into the second round of the state playoffs, and they seem to be well on their way to making that happen. First pitch to Brody, a fastball for strike 1. Around the Southwest Conference today, North Medford's at West Lynn, Sheldon's at Jesuit, South Eugene at Grant, and South Medford hosting Centennial. The 0-1 pitch from Agson, a swing and a miss on a breaking ball for Black, and he's got an 0-2 as a throw down to first, not going to get Stone down there, almost thrown away. Some of the scores, let's see here. The South Medford baseball game, the Panthers leading 3-1 after 2 innings over Centennial. Jack Thompson with a 3-run homer. There's a throw over to first. That was a close one there, but Stone just in front. He's got those long arms to get back to the bag. 1-0 West Lynn over North Bend baseball after 1 as another throw back over to first, and in safely goes Stone. So West Lynn beating North Medford. West Lynn out of the Three Rivers Leagues was one of 3 teams at 13-4 in that Three Rivers Leagues, where Sherwood is from as well. It's a ball fouled back for Brody. So West Lynn beating North Medford 1-0 after 1. In softball, after 4 innings, North Medford softball is winning 13-1. There's a swing and a miss on strike 3, but first base occupied. That'll be another strikeout for Agson, his 6th of the game. So another strikeout. That is the first out here in the 3rd inning.
Next batter, number 13, Zach Mandera.
13-4 North Medford softball winning in the bottom of the 5th of their playoff game. West Lynn baseball now leads North Medford baseball 3-0 after 2. Oregon City beating South Medford softball 12-0. Runner going on the first pitch to Mandera. The pitch is low. The throw to second, not in time. Bang, bang play out at second, but Jonathan Stone with the steal gets in. A 1-0 count at the plate for Zach Mandera. Stone picking up the stolen base. He does have at least one prior to that. A 1-0 delivery to Mandera. Swing gets this one in the air. High fly ball out to left field. Settling underneath it, Camerzell will catch. Throws back in to hold Stone to second base. 2 down. Cody Johnson will bat next.
Next batter, number 9, Cody Johnson.
Johnson had the bloop single to right field his first time up. Back in the second, that got the scoring or got the streak started for the Indians. That was the first of 4 straight hitters to reach base. He came around to score on the double by Jet Black to give the Indians the lead. The first pitch to him, he swings and fouls it off for strike 1. So a lot of games going on today. Busy day. The one team, so Willamette out of the Southwest Conference baseball standings, the Willamette Wolverines did not make the playoffs or the postseason. Grants Pass made a play-in game but lost an extra inning 6-4 against Forest Grove. So everybody else playing a first-round playoff game today out of the Southwest Conference baseball standings. Strike on the inside corner on a breaking ball that must have had some late break to it. Looked like it was going to be well inside. 0-2 count now against Cody Johnson. Agson, time call before his next pitch. Still 10-2 over there. Roseburg softball winning in their game, getting close to picking up the victory and moving on to the second round. 0-2 delivery here for Riley Agson. Swing and got a piece of it. Dribbler down the third base side, picked up by the catcher. Throw to first in time. Final out there. The Indians get a runner on, but can't bring him around. No runs, no hits. There were no errors. 1 man left on base. Still, it's a 3-0 lead for the Roseburg Indians as we're through 3 innings of play. You're listening to the Roseburg Indians and the Sherwood Bowmen in the first round of the OSAA US Bank Les Schwab Tires State Championship Playoffs here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
3-0 the score as we start the top of the 4th inning. This is playoff baseball for you. The winner moving on to the second round to face the winner of Wilson and Central Catholic. We'll see how that goes. If it is Wilson with the upset and Roseburg were to win, they would get to host a second round game. If it's Central Catholic, Roseburg would likely be on the road. First pitch from Zach Mandera is a breaking ball called for a strike against Anthony Garrett. Garrett 0 for 1 in the game with a ground out to short. 3-0 the score right now. Roseburg in front. Mandera's 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to short again. Nice high hop for Cody Johnson. And across the diamond for out number 1. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball on 1490 The Score.
Next batter, number 2, Jacob Matson.
One away is standing in. The 3-hitter Jacob Matzat will take ball 1 low, a breaking ball from Zach Mandera. Great day for baseball here in the Umpqua Basin. A fastball called for a strike. You can smell the smells of the baseball diamond. Thanks down to the Lions Den down there. Boy, they will feed everybody here, and they'll feed you right. The 1-1 pitch fouled away. I'm not even sure I know what that means, but I know it's a good thing for everybody in attendance. Hot dogs, hamburgers, pretzels, nachos, candy, licorice, popcorn, ice cream, soda. They got it all down there. So make sure you stop on by the Lions Den whenever you're here at Legion Field. Coming up during the summer season, plenty of summer baseball going to be going on. So when you're here at Legion, bring a couple dollars to spend at the Lions Den. 2-2 pitch, fought it off. A late decision to swing there by Matzat. And he fouls it down the first base side to stay alive at 2-2. I'm not sure if that would have been strike 3, but it was close enough for him to think about having to swing at it, so Matzat fouls it away. 2-2 pitch again from Mandera. Gets him to swing at a pitch high in the air, out towards left center, ranging to get to it. Russell will have time to settle underneath it. That one a skyrocket shot up into the air, finding the gap, but it was up there for so long. Plenty of time for Russell to run underneath it for out number 2. So 2 away, and the bases are empty for Sherwood, who is still being held scoreless in this game. 3-0 the score. Hayden Gilbert will stand in. Grounded out to first his last time up. First pitch from Mandera, fouled back to the screen. Roseburg baseball here on the score today, brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. You can find Pepsi products down at the Lions Den. We were talking about them earlier. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt for 1-1. Also want to let you know about Les Schwab Tires. When they make a promise, they stand behind it. So when you buy tires for your car or truck, you get their best tire value promise for the life of the tire. Because a promise is a promise, Les Schwab Tires, doing the right things matter. They're locally owned Lauren Young Tire Center here in Roseburg. Pitch misses. It's a 2-1 count now for Hayden Gilbert. The catcher puts it in the air out towards shallow right field. Going back, the second baseman, Caden Johnson, back on the infield dirt. He'll make the catch for the final out. Another 1-2-3 inning for Zach Mandera. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. And he is rolling right now on the mound. Not a good sign for the Sherwood Bowmen. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Through 3.5, it's a 3-0 lead. The Roseburg Indians on top as we head to the bottom of the fourth here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Starting the bottom of the fourth inning, take a quick look at our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. The scoreboard on the softball diamond shows 11-2. The Roseburg softball team is now 1 out away from moving on in the state playoffs. And this could do it right here. Ball in the air, it looks like. And there it is. I believe your Roseburg Indians are victorious in their first round playoff game against Roosevelt, 11-2. Looks to be your final score if I'm reading things right there. Starting things out for Roseburg, Doran Gillespie at the plate, an 0-1 count from Riley Agson. He'll take outside for a 1-1 delivery. Agson with the exaggerated windup and throw in gets a fastball fouled away for strike 2. It looks like they are shaking hands out there on the field, and yep, 11-2 your final score. The Roseburg softball team moving on to the second round. Pitch on a breaking ball fouled away by Gillespie. He'll stay alive at the plate with the 1-2 count. So 11-2 over Roosevelt. They'll move on to possibly face the number 2 team in the state, Clackamas, or number 21, Lake Ridge. Excuse me, that's 31. It's a swing and a miss at a high pitch. Strikeout number 7 for Riley Agson. That number is impressive. Unfortunately, he's given up 3 hits back in that second inning and a hit batter, and he has not been able to recover from the 3-run second inning that gave Roseburg the lead. So 1 down after the strikeout for Gillespie. Terrell Jacks will stand in. First pitch for Terrell is high and inside. Terrell was the hit batter back in that second inning. Got on base and came around to score the 3rd run of the game for the Indians that frame. Takes high and inside for ball 2. So congratulations, Roseburg softball. Awesome, man. They cruise through that one, 11-2, and they do it in less than an hour and a half. 2-0 pitch here for Agson. Terrell will foul this one high in the air, first base side, heading up into the grandstands and beyond. Strike 1 there against Terrell. There is an arm thrown in the bullpen for Sherwood. Trying to get a look at the number there. Looks like that would be Braden Thorne. 2-1 delivery. In the dirt. And Agson has fallen behind 3-1 here against Terrell. Braden Thorne there in the bullpen. He has been used the most, but he's been used as a reliever all season. He's made 12 appearances this year. There's a strike on the corner. We'll take it to a full count here against Terrell. So Sherwood looking to have an option available if things get out of hand for Agson here as he gets another swing and a miss for another strikeout. 8th of the game. Indians have not had this much trouble with a pitcher in some time. But they took advantage of the opportunity when they had it on the double by Jet Black, who stands in now 1 for 1 with 3 RBI on the day, and he'll take the first pitch low for ball 1. 2 down, nobody on base here in the bottom of the 4th. 3-0 lead, Roseburg in front of Sherwood. Strike called. Top of the strike zone on the outer half. Agson a little over aggressive with the approach, throws in the dirt. It goes 2-1 here against Terrell. Wind and fire inside. Jet spinning out of the way. It goes 3-1. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. Full count now against Jet. Agson has done a great job of keeping batters honest. Jet puts this in the air, foul territory, first base side, heading towards the bullpen. And that would have been playable. It looked like it landed inside the chalk down there, but nobody able to get to it. It'll stay a 3-2 count here against Jet Black. The Sherwood team, it's 1-2 straight coming into this matchup. But they were 6-6 to finish out their final 12 games of the season. They are 3-1 in their last 4, but they started the year real hot, 12-3. 3-2 pitch, chop towards third, charging in. Matt's at with it, and he gets it to first for the final out. A 1-2-3 inning for Jacob Agston. Excuse me, that is Riley Agson. And it'll be a 3-0 game as we go to the top of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks the outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer in you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Top of the fifth inning. Well, folks, if you want the latest information on your favorite high school teams, log on to OSAA.org. The OSAA has schedules, scores, and official rankings for all member schools and all team sports. At OSAA.org, you'll also find playoff brackets, broadcast schedules, and historical records. For more information, visit OSAA.org. First pitch of the fifth inning, Zach Mandera misses outside for ball one. Pitch fouled back by the hitter. This is Nick Garrison at the plate. Garrison 1 for 1 in the game. In fact, he has the only hit so far for Sherwood, and he will get hit. Mandera beans another batter. Been one of his Achilles heels this year, apparently. Puts a second runner on with the hit by pitch.
Next batter, number 20, Riley Agson.
That'll be the first base runner since the second inning for Sherwood, when Mandera did hit a batter and also gave up the hit to Nick Garrison. So Garrison on at first. Riley Agson in. He was the batter that was hit back in the second. He'll take the first pitch for strike one. Oh, 1 delivery. Pitch high, back pick down to first, back in ahead goes Garrison. Ground ball towards short. In front of it, Johnson. Throw to second for 1. Throw to first for 2. Not in time. Just able to beat it out is Agson. Out at second base is Garrison. 6-4 the put out at second. And on safely with the fielder's choice goes Agson. Great turn there by Johnson and Johnson. Get it to Stone, who made a nice stretch, but just could not quite beat it out. First pitch, a called strike now with 1 on and 1 away. And Takumi Camerzell has the 0-1 count. Camerzell lined to second and then was doubled off at first was Riley Agson. He'll put this one in the air behind home. Might be playable for Terrell, and it pops out of his glove. And that'll just be strike 2 for Camerzell. So an 0-2 count for Takumi Camerzell, the left fielder. Again, 0 for 1 in the game with that line out to second that started a double play to finish off the second inning when Sherwood had their best threat on the bases. Here in the fifth inning, they started to threaten again with a man on at first, but a ground ball, almost double play, nearly finished it off. I reached a little poke out towards left center. It'll get in, shallow outfield. And the second hit of the game for Sherwood will fall in the shallow outfield grass. Camerzell just reaching. He pokes it out there into center field. Runners at first and second with one away. That's just a soft line drive that gets out of the infield. Out to the mound to have a quick conversation is pitching coach Richie Charles. While we have a second, I want to let you know U.S. Bank is a proud partner of the Oregon School Activities Association. Stop by your local U.S. Bank location today. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. And at Les Schwab Tires, if they can't guarantee something, they simply won't sell it. So whether you're coming in for tires, brakes, or alignment, you'll know that peace of mind comes standard. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right things matter. Locally owned at your Lauren Young Tire Center.
Next batter, number 11, Sage Dunaway.
Brief meeting there for Coach Charles. He'll head back to the dugout. Mandera still on the mound. Lefty at the plate, Sage Dunaway, 0 for 1 in the game. First pitch called strike on a breaking ball. One out, 2 on. It's a 3-0 lead for the Indians with the game-tying run now at the plate. The 0-1 pitch carries outside. It goes 1-1. Mandera will check second. Caden holding on the runner. Back to his spot. A foul ball at the plate. 1-2 count. Roseburg and Sherwood, as far as I can tell, no previous meetings before today's matchup. Sherwood climbing in the classifications over the last number of years and now up to the 6A ranks. A 1-2 pitch for the lefty. Dunaway, and he strikes out looking. Second punch out of the game for Mandera. Usually a very good strikeout pitcher. Hasn't gotten too many, but a big one there with 2 on. He now has 2 outs as he gets his second strikeout of the game. And Roseburg strikeouts are brought to you by Good Vibrations, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. 2 down. Noah Beeks will stand in. He struck out looking his first time up, and he'll take low. That one didn't look too bad. Breaking ball hit towards short, and a throw across the first for the out for Cody Johnson. So the final out made. The Indians will leave a couple of Bowmen stranded on base. No runs on a 1 hit. No Roseburg errors. 2 men left on for Sherwood. They're still scoreless up on the board. It's a 3-0 lead for the Indians as we go to the bottom of the 5th here on CBS Sports Radio. 1490 the score.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
It's still Riley Agson on the mound for the Sherwood Bowmen. Earlier we saw Braden Thorne warming up in the bullpen, but they're going to stick with Agson. Roseburg has an arm throwing, and it is Jace Stoffel that is in the bullpen getting loose for the Indians, just in case he's needed. Stoffel has been the third option for the Indians on the bump as a starter. Might come in here as a reliever to try and close this one out. First pitch swinging. Garrett Russell will swing right through it for strike one. Russell is looking to pick up his first hit of the game and extend a hit streak. He'll take a breaking ball for a called strike two, and he falls behind quickly here against Agson. Agson has been very impressive with his mixture of the breaking ball and the fastball. The 0-2, breaking ball, and it beans him. Second hit batter for Riley Agson. Both pitchers with 2 hit batters so far.
Next batter, number 4.
I don't believe I have the number. Yeah. Oh, no, wait, there we go. Yes, it is on here. For Russell, that's the 4th time this season he's been hit by a pitch. He trails. Terrell Jackson is now tied with Cody Johnson. Garrett is a guy that tends to get hit a lot. This season it hasn't been too many. He asked me on Twitter whether or not he can make me a video of all the times he's been plunked. Laying down a sacrifice bunt. It goes right back to the mound. They'll get the lead runner. Cody Johnson's sacrifice bunt attempt. Caden Johnson's sacrifice bunt attempt does not work. He'll get on with the fielder's choice. Out at second base, Garrett Russell. So they just switch positions there. Now 1 out. Batting next, Jonathan Stone. First pitch swinging. This one well hit out towards left field. On the run. Camerzell can't make the catch. It'll roll to the base of the wall. Johnson heading for third. They'll hold him there. The ball gets away, but not enough to be able to send the runner. And a double for Jonathan Stone, his first hit of the day after walking twice. Rips one all the way out to the warning track over the glove of Takumi Camerzell, and he's in with a stand-up double. Stone, a big hit there. Hopefully that gets him going for the postseason if the season will continue for the Indians. Right now leading 3-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. First to third goes Caden Johnson, and the Indians will have runners in scoring position for Brody Black, who has struck out twice in this ball game. Looking to try and change his luck here. First pitch high for ball 1. That was a hit. Ground ball up the middle will get through for Brody. That was a hit. He'll score 1. They're sending Stone to the plate. The throw goes through, and it's not in time. And 2 come in on Brody Black's single. He breaks up the 0 for 2 day with 2 strikeouts, and he brings in 2 runs. And the Indians now lead 5-0 on top of Sherwood. And we may see the end of the day for Riley Agson here, although they'll get a man up and throwing once again in the bullpen. Not looking to make the move just yet, it looks like. Luke Lucido is going to go run for Brody Black. Pinch runner.
Running at first base, number 8, Luke Lucido.
Scoring was Caden Johnson from third. From second, Jonathan Stone. They have the infield in to cut off the run at the plate, and Brody Black sent it right back up the middle. Zach Mandera at the plate now with 1 on and 2 down. He'll hit a line drive, and that goes off the glove at third for Matzik. He stabbed at it and couldn't quite get it in the webbing. Now that'll be an error there at third base, I think. Yeah. We'll put it down as an error, I think. That's a tough one. That's an instinct play there. What are you guys ruling? That's a tough one, but
That's batter number 9, Cody Johnson.
That's a bang-bang. I mean, I don't disagree with my folks here in the press box on this, but, man, that's a tough one. That's a bang-bang instinct play, a line drive right at you there. Did go off his glove. I'll stick with them, and we'll just stay consistent. E5 on the play, and a visit out to the mound now for Sherwood. He started out with a hit by pitch for Garrett Russell. He got thrown out at second on a sac bunt attempt by Caden Johnson. Johnson gets on, though, and then a double by Stone put runners at second and third, and Brody Black was able to send one right back up the middle. And that scored 2 runs. And now Zach Mandera reaching on the error at third after Black's single. So you got runners at first and second. That is Luke Lucido running out at second in place of Brody Black. Just a visit out to the mound. They might be buying some time for the pitcher in the bullpen. A righty out there throwing. First pitch, a big cut. Cody Johnson will swing through for strike one. 5-0 your score. Bottom of the fifth inning. On at second is Luke Lucido. On at first is Zach Mandera. Throw in. Johnson hits it to third. They'll go to second for one. The throw. No throw to first. They'll say it was on the transfer that the second baseman, Noah Beeks, loses the baseball. So he'll get the out at second base. No, Zach Mandera out there. 5-4 the put out for your second out. Cody Johnson reaches on a fielder's choice at first. Up to third base goes Luke Lucido. And the Indians will have him on the corners with 2 down. And Doran Gillespie will try to add some more runs here in the fifth. First pitch, woohoo, buzzing the tower for Gillespie. Ducks out of the way. And that one inside again, and it pops off of the glove. Up to second base goes Cody Johnson. It's going to be a pass ball there. Popped out of the glove for the catcher, and it's 2 pitches high and inside against Doran Gillespie. He's got a 2-0 count with 2 outs. Now runners at second and third for him. Agson coming set, the 2-0 delivery. Outside and low. Probably was thinking about those first 2 pitches, tried to go the opposite direction, and it's low and outside. – 3-0 pitch. And Agson will miss high for ball 4. So things have kind of fallen off the rail for him. He has had a good strikeout number, but there's been 2 frames that have gotten to him. Here in this 5th inning, he's given up 2 hits. He's only given up 5 hits. He's got 8 strikeouts, but somehow the Roseburg Indians are up 5-0, and I think this is going to spell the end of the day for Riley Agson on the mound. We've got a call to the pen brought to you by Shelby and Migulana Construction. Your local leaders for any project, big or small, 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulana or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. We'll come back after this quick break. New pitcher on the mound for Sherwood on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
The new pitcher for Sherwood, number 21, Braden Thorne.
Braden Thorne will come into the game for Riley Agson, who takes over at second base. It looks like Noah Beeks has come out of the game. So they'll move Agson to second. And coming in to pitch, Braden Thorne. Axon goes 4 2/3. Gave up 5 hits, 5 runs. Right now, I think all of them are earned. As Terrell Jack stands in, first pitch from the new pitcher, Braden Thorne, is in for strike 1. Bases are loaded. Thorne inheriting a tough situation here. Terrell Jack's at the plate, 0 for 1 in the game. He struck out his last time up, but was hit by a pitch his first time. Hits a ground ball towards short, and a flip to second will wrap things up. So only needed a couple of pitches, and Braden Thorne will get Sherwood out of the 5th inning. 8 hitters to the plate, though. The Indians add 2 more runs, and they lead 5-0 as we head to the top of the 6th here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
So the Indians lead 5-0 over Sherwood as we start the 6th inning. Final line here on Agson, the pitcher for Sherwood, who comes out after 4 2/3 innings. He ended up giving up 5 hits, 5 run, all of them earned, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. Nice day there. He did hit 2 batters, but he'll be on the hook for the loss. If the score stays in Roseburg's favor, Braden Thorne came in, pitched twice, 2 pitches, before he gets the final out to finish off the 5th inning. Zach Mandera stays on the mound as we start the top of the 6th inning. He's got a 5-0 lead to work with here. He'll face the top of the lineup. Bryce Vaughn stands in. First pitch for the lefty. The center fielder hits it high in the air, third base side, and it's a foul ball just down the line. And I think the Sherwood fans in attendance were wanting to say that was a fair ball. It was a tough one, right over the top of Jace Stoffel at third. He didn't have a great angle on it. Cody Johnson called him off, trying to make the play for him. And Cody overran it, had to reach back, and the ball landed real close to the chalk line. I'm going to say I think that probably landed foul. Unfortunately for those of you viewing online, that one probably just outside the viewfinder of the video screen there. There's a strike now, foul ball, and then a called strike, and it's an 0-2 count here against Bryce Vaughn, who was 0 for 2 in the ball game. Mandera's 0-2 pitch, fouled up in the air. It looks like it's headed out of play, and it will. Fifth inning action here. Excuse me, top of the 6th inning action for us here. Coming up after the game is done, stay tuned for the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. We'll recap this one. The ball lifted in the air, shallow left center, charging in. 2 players racing to get there, and a nice job. Doran Gillespie will make the catch as charging in. Garrett Russell was right there as well, but he gave way. I was a little worried about a collision there for a second. Russell had his tracker on it, but Gillespie had a much easier angle. Russell, I thought, was maybe going to be given a dive attempt. Doesn't have to. 1 away. Up next, the 2-hitter, Anthony Garrett. First pitch, low for ball 1. Anthony Garrett came in today, a returning all-conference selection, first-teamer last year. after his sophomore season. Just a junior looking to try and continue some momentum into his senior years. He swings and misses, a 1-1 count. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of ground balls to shortstop so far. 1-1 pitch. Takes outside. It goes 2-1. Last game was a 2-1 win over Wilson for Sherwood, and in that one, Garrett had 2 hits in that ball game. He's been held hitless so far by Mandera, who has allowed just 2 hits in the game. As a pitch misses inside, a breaking ball makes it a 3-1 count. Mandera looking to try and not let Garrett get on base. He will. Walks a batter. That is first walk of the game for Zach Mandera. He has hit 2 batters. He struck out 2 as well. So Anthony Garrett gets on. First pitch fouled back by Jacob Matzak for strike 1. 1 on. Roseburg leads 5-0. They've got a nice little cushion built up here, but you do not want to start giving up momentum here late in the game. Mandera's 0-1 is low and outside for a 1-1 count. Zach has pitched a number of complete games this season. I do not believe that I have the number of complete games that he's had, but he has thrown a few as he throws over to first base. Back earlier this season in safely was Garrett at first. Earlier this year, back on March 20th against South Eugene, that was a memorable complete game. He fell 1 out shy of throwing a perfect game as he gets a swing and a miss out of Jacob Matzek. So he has had some memorable performances today, or this season, I should say, his junior year. Look forward to seeing what his senior year will have, but not ready to be done with this one. 1-2 pitch. Low and outside goes through the glove of Terrell. He'll throw down to second. It's not going to be in time. Goes to a 1-2 count. Up to second base goes Garrett on the pass ball. Excuse me, it's a 2-2 count now. And a visit out to the mound for Terrell. I think Terrell is getting some help maybe from Zach Mandera to... I thought they were working on his glove. I'm not sure what they were working on there. Seemed like it was an equipment maintenance trip. Everything's good, though. Back to the dish. Terrell Jacks will squat behind. A 2-2 count right now for Zach Mandera. He fires in. Ground ball up the middle. That's probably going to get through. It will. Russell will have it. He'll throw it in. No, he holds on to it. And the runner still holds at third. Sherwood, knowing that they've got a long way to go, they did not want to risk getting the out at home as Russell got to that quickly. And a nice job by him to do so. Holds the runner to third on the corners now with 1 out for the Sherwood Bowmen. Jacob Matzak getting his first hit of the game, only the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Bowmen. No runs on 3 hits for Sherwood. Has a ball in the air out towards right field. This might have a chance to drive in one. Jet Black will catch. He throws in. It's cut off by Stone, and the sac fly by Hayden Gilbert will put Sherwood on the board. They'll avoid the shutout for the time being. Well, I mean, they're not going to get shut out, but they may still be on the losing end of this one. 2 down now.
Next batter, number 34, Nick Garrettson.
5-1 your score. 2 down, runner on at first. First pitch for Mandera against Nick Garrison, the first baseman. In the dirt for ball one. Garrison, 1 for 1 in the game with a single in the second, was hit by a pitch in the fifth. Sherwood finally on the board here in this sixth inning on a sac fly by Hayden Gilbert. 5-1 the count in favor of the Indians, trying to hold on for a first-round playoff victory for a second straight year. 1-0 delivery from Mandera. That ball's fouled back for strike one. Roseburg's win last year in the first round against South Salem was their first since 2013. They won last year 13-1, a big win over South Salem. Ground ball towards second, could be two. They go to second for one. They only needed the one. I'm sorry, that was the final out. As they get the force out at second, Jacob Matsat forced out there. 4-6, the final put out. And we will head to the bottom of the sixth. Roseburg leading 5-1, looking to add some more insurance as we head to the bottom half of the sixth inning here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
For Sherwood, they score a run on a hit.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks the outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer in you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyze and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Thing except for one USAA. Come back for the bottom of the sixth inning. Braden Thorne on the mound again for the Sherwood Bowmen. He'll face Jet Black to lead things off. The 9-hitter takes high and inside for ball one. Roseburg leading this one 5-1 as Black will put one right side. Going to be a tough play at first, and they'll just beat him out. Second baseman Riley Agson gets it to the pitcher covering the bag. Braden Thorne there for the putout. 4-1. One away. Nice job off the mound for Braden Thorne to cover the bag. One down. Sherwood in this point in the game looking to try and just get out of this sixth inning without giving up any sort of trouble. As a bunt laid down by Russell to throw to first, not in time. And Garrett will get his first hit of the game to extend his hit streak now to 4 games. Lays down a bunt. The third baseman Matsat made a nice job of charging in to get to the ball. And his throw not too shabby, just not in time. So an infield single for Garrett Russell. Gets a runner on with one out. Caden Johnson will stand in. He's 0 for 3 and he fouls off the first pitch. That was a beautiful bunt by Russell. Trying to say there, Sherwood looking to try and keep Roseburg off the board here, and they trail by 4. They'll look for a 7th inning rally, 4 to tie it or 5 to take a lead. The pitch misses for a 1-1 count here against Caden Johnson. The winner of this matchup moves on to face the winner of Central Catholic and Wilson. That'll be coming up on Wednesday. 1-1 pitch inside for Johnson. And he's got a 2-1 count. Quick reminder that earlier today, Roseburg softball won 11-2 over Roosevelt to advance to the second round of the state playoffs as well. Throw over to first. Russell back in safely. Kind of depends on how the bracket works out, but you would assume that the number 2 seed would beat the number 31 seed, which would mean that Roseburg would be on the road for the second round of the softball playoffs, facing number 2 Clackamas as a pitch misses low and outside, and it goes to a 3-1 count against Caden Johnson. The Roseburg Indians, if the top seed wins on the other side of their bracket, they'll be on the road in the second round of the playoffs, assuming that they hold on to win this game. 3-1 pitch to Caden. Strike 2 called. Full count pitch coming up. Runner going. That ball in the air. Russell's got to put on the brakes, and it's going to be back behind home. I did not get a great read on that one off the bat. I thought it was headed out onto the infield, but it gets fouled back behind, and it's a 3-2 count. Russell got to be a little bit tired after that. Was almost all the way to second before he put on the brakes to head back to first. Not running this time. Strike 3 called. And Caden Johnson will go down looking. The Indians that's going to be something they're going to want to address. They've struck out 9 times in this game. That's the first for Braden Thorne, the reliever. But a strikeout number a little bit higher than we're used to seeing for the Indians this season. 2 down. Jonathan Stone will hit. Runner was going. Throw was in the dirt. Nobody's out at second. Russell will get up. He'll fake to third, and he'll stay at the bag. Nobody there to cover for the throw from Hayden Gilbert, which wasn't a bad one. But Russell will get in. And it's a 1-0 count at the plate for Jonathan Stone, and now man in scoring position. Thorne checking second. The 1-0. Breaking ball misses. Thorne this season, on his 12 appearances prior to today, averages just 34 pitches. So used mostly as a reliever this year for this Sherwood club. The 2-0 delivery to Stone misses off the edge. Stone well ahead in this at-bat. Had his first hit of the game. He's 1 for 1 with a double and 2 walks. Also has a stolen base. Roseburg looking to add, and they are going to intentionally walk Jonathan Stone here. So they'll finish it off. They're not going to throw the final pitch on the 3-0 count. They're just going to walk him. So Stone heads on down to first, puts runners at first and second with 2 down. And up the hit will be Brody Black, who is 1 for 3 in the game, but had a big RBI single in the 5th to drive in 2 runs. Excuse me, it's Luke Lucido now. That's right. Luke came in as a pinch runner. First pitch swinging. He'll hit one out to dead center field, and it's caught by Bryce Vaughn. Lucido, Roseburg's top hitter last year, out with an injury most of the year this year. Gets his first at-bat of the postseason. Hit it well, just right to center field. The Indians unable to get anything in the 6th. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors for Sherwood, and 2 men left on base. But after 6 innings of play, we head to the 7th. Roseburg leading 5-1 here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Zach Mandera will go for the complete game victory here in the first round of the OSAA U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires 6A state playoffs. He needs 3 outs as his entire infield will come in as they get ready to break for the top of the 7th. Roseburg baseball here on the score, brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Mandera will face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the lineup. Those are the scheduled hitters. Riley Axon stands in. Takumi Kamerzel is on deck, so those are the scheduled hitters. First pitch swinging for Axon in the air. He slams the bat down. Trouble on the infield. Stone will call for it, and the big man snags it right next to the mound. Every infielder was there. Kind of got worried for a second with all of them charging in if anybody would call for it. Stone does, and he makes the grab for out number 1, and Riley Axon is 0 for 2 in the game. And he was not happy with that fly out there. First pitch, a strike against Takumi Kamerzel. Quickly moving here. This one ripped out into left field. Going back, Gillespie on the run will make the catch for out number 2, and the Indians 1 out away from advancing. Mandera on the mound moving very quickly. He's got 2. And the last hope will come up to lefty Sage Dunaway. First pitch swinging, he fouls it away. Strike 1 here against Dunaway. Sherwood needs base runners. Ground ball towards second. This could do it. Johnson with it to first. And the Roseburg Indians are moving on to the second round of the state playoffs. A complete game victory for Zach Mandera. He allows just 3 hits in the ball game, 1 run, and he helps lead the Roseburg Indians to a 5-1 victory over the Sherwood Bowmen in the first round of this OSAA U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires state championship playoff game. 5-1 is your final score. The Indians are moving on for a second straight season in the postseason. That'll do it for this one, folks. We head to the Roseburg Disposal postgame show where we will recap today's action for you. We'll get you all the numbers and look at it, and we will bring you the Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning Player of the Game. So don't go anywhere. This 7th inning has been brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Back with the Roseburg Disposal postgame show after this 2-minute break here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer, and you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
For you. You know what the pitch count was on Zach, by chance? Back here with the Roseburg Disposal post-game show as the Roseburg Indians win on top of the Sherwood Bowmen. 5-1 your final score. A good day for the Roseburg Indians. We hope it continues to be a good day. Over at Roseburg High School right now at Finlay Field, the Roseburg boys lacrosse team taking on West Albany. That game just getting started at 6 o'clock. And good luck to the Roseburg boys lacrosse team. We talked with head coach Dave Heverly during Off the Wall with me, Joey Kieran, noon to 1 today. Talked with him to get a preview of the playoff matchup, and best of luck to the Roseburg Indians in the playoffs as they host West Albany there at Finlay Field in boys lacrosse. But today, the Roseburg baseball team wins 5-1 over Sherwood. The Roseburg softball team wins 11-2 over Roosevelt. And we've got a couple of teams on to the second round of the state playoffs. Joey Kieran here with you as we bring you the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. 5-1 your final score. Looking at the numbers, 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error for Sherwood, 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Indians. A nice clean baseball game there. The biggest glaring thing from this one, 9 strikeouts total for the Indians, a number they're going to have to clean up as they continue to move forward. And that's really an exceptionally high number, not typical for the Roseburg Indians, but that is the case here today. But they still do enough to get the victory. May have struck out 9 times, but they finished with those 6 hits to be able to get 5 runs here today. All of them were earned runs, so not too bad. They produced when they needed to and came up with the clutch hits. Let's take a look at the scoring from today's matchup. Roseburg scored first in the bottom of the second inning. They put 3 runs on the board. It comes on a double by Jet Black, a double with the bases loaded, and he was able to come through. A shot that got down the left field line and just in fair territory, rolled all the way deep into the left field corner. Tough to get to out there for Takumi Camerzel, and by the time he was able to get it back in, 3 runs were across, and standing at second base was Jet Black with that 3-run double. Then in the 5th inning, the Indians would add 2 more. Those came in on a single by Brody Black up the middle, 2 runners on base, and the infield was pulled in with runners at second and third, and Brody goes right back up the middle, gets it through the infield. 2 runs come in to give the Indians a 5-0 lead. Sherwood got 1 back in the top of the 6th inning. With 1 out, a walk to Anthony Garrett got him on base. A pass ball put him at second. A single up the middle got him to third. Anthony Garrett on third with 1 out. And then a sac fly by Hayden Gilbert would bring in Garrett to put 1 run on the board for Sherwood, but that'd be all they get today. They finish again with 3 hits in the ball game against Zach Mandera, who had one heck of a performance on the mound for the Roseburg Indians. Roseburg wins 5-1. They'll move on into the second round of the OSAA US Bank Les Schwab Tires State Championships. And folks, if you would like to get your state championship merchandise, you can do it at osaastore.com. The store has been updated and more user-friendly than ever. Get commemorative shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and much more. If you need a shirt from past years, they can get one of those to you as well. That's osaastore.com. And if you need to earn a little extra spending cash to spend on commemorative shirts, well, you can do that and keep active and stay fit and stay in the game and give back to your student athletes. Become an OSAA certified sports official. There's a big shortage of officials in Oregon. They need you. Visit osaa.org/officials and get started on a great avocation. 5-1 the score here today. Getting the win will be Zach Mandera, pitching all 7 innings for the Roseburg Indians. Riley Agson takes a loss, pitching 4 2/3 here this afternoon. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll come back. We'll look at the numbers for you and start to wrap up this one and see if we can have any sort of indication as to where we may be headed Wednesday as the Roseburg Indians move on to the second round of the playoffs. More for you as we come back. It's the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Well, we welcome you back here to the Roseburg Disposal postgame show as the Roseburg Indians get a 5-1 win on top of the visiting Sherwood Bowmen. I was trying to see if we could dig up a score that might help us know where we are or who we're going to be facing in the second round. It'll be either Central Catholic or Wilson, those 2 teams squaring off at the moment. If you happen to know a score of that one for some reason, you can always feel free to share it with me on Twitter there. Joey Kieran on Twitter. That is an easy way to find me, JoeyKeeran. And we can pass that along if you happen to have caught a update on that one. I'm scrolling through Twitter, and it does not look like anybody has shared any scores from that one. Nothing posted to OSAA as of yet, but we'll find out soon enough whether or not Roseburg will face Central Catholic or Wilson in the next round. If it's Central Catholic, the winner, they're the top seed in that matchup. Presumably, we'd be heading up to Portland for a matchup with the Rams. Well, let's take a look at your numbers from today's matchup. The Roseburg Indians, again, winners 5-1. 6 hits for the Indians, 3 hits for Sherwood. Taking a look at the visitors' numbers, Jacob Matzit goes 1 for 3 on the day. Hayden Gilbert had an RBI on the sac fly in the 6th. That's the one RBI on the day for Sherwood. Nick Garrison goes 1 for 2. A single, got hit by a pitch, and reached on a fielder's choice. He was on base all 3 times. And Takumi Camerzel goes 1 for 3 in the contest as well. And those are your 3 hits in the ball game for the Sherwood Bowmen. On the other side for the Roseburg Indians, Garrett Russell goes 1 for 3 in the contest, 2 strikeouts, was hit by a pitch, got on base with a bunt single, and stole second when he was on. So not a completely unproductive day, but the 2 strikeouts, something that Garrett's going to want to try and see if he can fix. Caden Johnson goes 0 for 4, but did score a run in the contest after reaching on a fielder's choice. Jonathan Stone goes 1 for 1 with 3 walks and a double. He scored a run as well, got on base all 4 times, had a stolen base in there as well. Brody Black goes 1 for 3, had the 2 RBI single, then was lifted for a pinch runner. Luke Lucido came on, and he got a chance to get an at-bat, but he flew out to center field, goes 0 for 1 today. Zach Mandera goes 0 for 3, but reached on an error in the 5th on a hard shot ball to third base. Cody Johnson goes 1 for 3 in the contest, had a bloop single in the 2nd, and was the first run for the Roseburg Indians in the game. Doran Gillespie was 1 for 2. Had a single in the 2nd, came around to score what proves to be the game-winning run for the Indians. It was the 2nd run at the time. He also had a walk in the 5th. Terrell Jacks was hit by a pitch, but then 0 for 2, but he did score the 3rd run of that 2nd inning to put Roseburg up 3-0. Jet Black goes 1 for 3, had the 3-run RBI double in the 2nd inning that put the Indians on the board early on. So Roseburg wins 5-1. Those are your numbers on the offensive side. Looking at your pitching statistics, Zach Mandera gets the win, improves to 7-2 on the year. He pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. He hit 2 batters as well. Riley Agson started the game for Sherwood, went 4 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, and 2 hit batters. He takes the loss and presumably falls to a 6-2 record. That was what we were told his record was coming into the game. He takes the loss. They made a Shelby and Migulena call to the pen, brought in Braden Thorne. He went pitched 1 1/3 inning, gave up 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. That is a look at the numbers here today for you. It is time now to name our Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning Player of the Game, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. I'd say a lot of candidates possibly on the list for this one. Zach Mandera, a great pitching performance. A nice double by Jet Black to score a couple of runs. Gets that with 1 out and the bases loaded. And he came through in the clutch there. Brody Black had a very clutch single up the middle to score a couple more runs. So a couple of candidates that we could give it to here today, the Black brothers or Zach Mandera. But I'm going to give it to Zach. His pitching performance keeps Roseburg in front. And despite maybe not the most offensive day for them, Zach Mandera's pitching gives Roseburg one heck of a performance here today. Allows just 3 hits and 1 run over 7 innings. Didn't have the strikeout numbers he usually gets, but nonetheless, a very good day on the mound for Zach Mandera, your Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning Player of the Game. Well, folks, that's going to about do it for us here. I was going to see if we could maybe get a score on that Central Catholic and Wilson game. They started a little bit behind us. They started at 5 o'clock, so I'm guessing that we probably will not get a look at a score on that one. Let's see here. Anything? No, I do not have any other scores, it looks like, that are going to help us out. So we'll wait to see. We'll find out tonight where the Roseburg Indians will be playing coming up on Wednesday in the 2nd round of the OSAA state playoffs. Roseburg moves on in baseball and softball. The softball team presumably headed to Portland area as well to take on Clackamas, as they are the top seed in the matchup on the other side. And Roseburg baseball presumably heading to Portland to take on Central Catholic, the top seed on the other side. But nothing official as of yet. That's going to do it for us here, folks, as we wrap up the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. A big win for the Roseburg Indians. I've been looking forward to it all day long, and excited to get out here and finally call this game, but it was a big one for the Roseburg Indians. A 5-1 performance as they win against Sherwood. Third straight victory for the Indians. They improved to 18-7 on the year. Sherwood drops to 18-10 on the season as they finish out the year here in the first round of the state playoffs for back-to-back seasons. We'll get ready for the next one. It's coming up on Wednesday. Time and place to be determined, but we'll have it for you no matter where and when it is. We'll be bringing you Roseburg baseball in the playoffs, so stay tuned with us for that. We'll have the schedule updated online at 541radio.com for you to check out once we know what is official. I want to say thanks to Sherwood Bowmen for helping us get ready for today's matchup as they gave us the information we needed in the pregame show. Say thanks, as always, to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head coach Troy Thompson, and the entire Roseburg boys baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg baseball here on 1490 The Score. I want to say thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio for his production work today, and as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll talk to you guys on Wednesday when the Roseburg Indians make it into the second round of the state playoffs. We'll post the time online at 541radio.com, so make sure you stay tuned to that. Meanwhile, have a great evening and enjoy CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score. All right, Brenton. You good for